Good morning to all my dear friends. I am Old Iron from the GLKU team. Today, we received the 110th Unimog U423 simulation climbing car from MD Models. Currently on display is the top tier version, equipped with a hydraulic system, snow plow, metal cargo bed, and electronic devices such as a light and sound system. Before shipping, it will be equipped with a Flysky Street 8 remote controller. Next, we will install the battery for the remote controller. Alright, next we will connect the battery to the main power supply. We will open the front of the vehicle, where we can clearly see a latch. We just need to gently push it forward to open it. As we open the front of the vehicle, we need to lift the front hood upwards. If we don't lift the hood, you can see that it will be obstructed by the front bumper. Since this U423 model doesn't have the front limit feature like the U535, we need to be careful not to make large movements when connecting the battery, as the front could fall and injure our hands. So, the battery placement location is right here. The maximum supported battery size is 140x45x30mm. You can purchase a higher capacity battery based on the dimensions provided. Today, we're using a 4000 mAh battery for the shoot, and it fits comfortably in the battery compartment with some extra space remaining. Of course, you can also opt for a battery that fits perfectly. The battery uses an XT60 connector. Of course, we need to organize the battery properly so that closing the front of the vehicle goes more smoothly. Next, we will open the front hood, where you can clearly see the internal structure, including the ESC switch and the receiver. The remote controller has been paired with the receiver before shipping, so you can start playing with it as soon as you receive it. Since the machine comes in two versions, the standard version and the top tier version, if you ordered the standard version, it does not include the hydraulic snow plow. For the purpose of this shoot, we have installed the hydraulic snow plow and will be showcasing it. Please continue watching to see how the snow plow is installed. The hydraulic oil refill location is here, with a realistic aluminum alloy tank. The overall details are excellent. When adding hydraulic oil, simply remove the tank cap and pour it in. Since we have already filled the hydraulic oil before the shoot, we can save some time. We can see that the rear view mirrors and other accessories have not yet been installed. When you receive the package, you will find a small accessory kit inside, which includes the parts you need to install yourself. Inside the small accessory kit, there is a note with some important information about operating the machine. The note is in Chinese, so you will need to use Google Translate to understand it. You might be curious about this spot. We removed the Mercedes logo before shipping. When you receive the item, you can install it yourself. We'll leave the installation to you. Next, we will operate the machine. We will control the warning lights using the toggle switch on the top left corner of the remote controller. You can also toggle to switch between different warning light modes. Next, we will showcase the lighting system. The lighting system is controlled using the toggle switch on the top right corner of the remote controller. We can see that it has running lights and high beams, low beams. Next, as we toggle the switch, we can see the lights on the snowplow also turn on. When we move the lever down again, we can see that the vehicle will display dual flashlights. Additionally, our vehicle's rear lights also synchronize with these actions. When we want to eliminate the double flash, we only need to move the lever upwards. When we turn, the turn signals will light up and work in synchronization. Okay, the car shell is made of ABS material. We can listen to its sound. In the car shell part, we can distinguish the difference between U535 and U423. The U535 car shell is made of metal, and the U423 is made of ABS. Next, we will manually open the car doors. We can see the internal details. While the internal details of the U423 may not be as impressive as those of the U535, the U423 still includes all the essential details expected. We see a gauge above the steering wheel. Of course, you can DIY and customize it to make it look even better. You may notice that the U423's simulated exhaust pipe is missing. Since the exhaust pipe is made of ABS material, it is removed before shipping to prevent damage during transport. You can install it yourself upon receiving the item. Here, we can take a look at the details on the side. Next, we will operate the cargo bucket hydraulic system. Operate the roller on the right side of our remote control. Push the roller upward to raise the cargo hopper, and push the roller downward to lower the cargo hopper. Alright, so now we can clearly see the hydraulic cylinders and the entire hydraulic system's motor. Currently, it's the top tier version, so the cargo bed is made of metal, while the standard version has a wooden cargo bed. The cargo bed has manually operable side panels that can be opened on 3 sides. We will open the latches on both ends. Of course, the rear tailgate can be completely removed. Next, we open the side panel. Unlike the U535, the side panels of the U423 cannot be completely removed. This concludes the demonstration of opening all the side panels of the cargo bed. Next, when we attempt to start driving, you may notice that no matter how we operate the remote controller, there is no response. Since the remote controller is configured with mixed control operations before shipping, you must pair it with a specific function for it to operate properly while driving. Therefore, we must turn on the sound system, which is controlled by the top left wheel on the remote controller. If you find the sound from the sound system to be very low, you can adjust the volume using the knob on the left side of the remote controller. Currently, we have set the sound system to 0, so we cannot hear any sound. Next, let's test the driving. The left and right steering controls are on the right side of the remote controller. So now, we can find a problem. When we don't operate it, the reversing horn still sounds. So how to turn it off? When we need to eliminate the sound of the reversing horn, we only need to walk forward, and the reversing horn will be eliminated. Okay, so next, we will explain how to install the snow shovel. However, it will not be installed before shipping. Need to install it yourself. Next, we'll start with the disassembly. The installation steps are the same, so it's very straightforward to install. We can see clearly that there is a buckle on both sides of the snow shovel. We only need to lift the buckle to unlock it. Next, we'll connect the hose and remove it from the quick oil nozzle. This is the magnetic power connection port. Next we disconnect the port, and this is when you will notice that the light on the snow shovel will go out. Since it's magnetic, it will be very convenient to connect. When installing the quick oil nozzle, you need to use a tool to tighten it. If you don't do this, it may result in oil leakage. When installing the snow shovel, we need to connect it according to the hose of the snow shovel. Okay, we have connected the left hose, so its function is to control the tilt function of the snow shovel. Next, we will complete the connection of all the hoses. Then the hose on the right is used to control the up and down movement of the snow shovel. Next, just do the same. Now, the installation is complete. Next, we will demonstrate the operation control of the snow shovel. When we need to control the up and down of the snow shovel, control the up and down rocker on the right side of the remote control. When we need to control the tilt of the snow shovel, control the left and right rockers on the left side of the remote control. Okay, that's all about snow shoveling. Next, we can look at the structure at the bottom. Here, we can clearly see that there are 3 hydraulic valves. An all-metal 5mm universal joint drive shaft is used. Adopt integrated 2-speed, reverse transmission integrated transmission box. The drive is full-time 4-wheel drive, equipped with front and rear axle differential locks. We'll show it to you in a moment. Using all aluminum high-precision CNC process axle. It uses 1.9-inch CNC metal wheels, and the tread adopts herringbone tread pattern. The front and rear use, a spring and shock structure. The differential lock control is on the top right corner of the remote controller, and is currently in the off position for testing. Next, we will open the differential lock. Next, we will demonstrate the gear shifting operation. The gear shift control is on the top left corner of the remote controller. A key point to note is that you should not shift gears while stationary or at high speeds. The correct way to shift gears is during steady driving, which helps reduce unnecessary damage to the gearbox. We can see that shifting gears at this approximate speed is fine. Next, let's demonstrate the correct gear shifting. Such gear shifting is beneficial for the gearbox. Since we are currently in second gear, we can demonstrate the comparison with first gear. Next, we will shift to first gear. Next, we will test its speed. So everyone has almost an understanding of the speed between the two. That's all for today's Unimog U423. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, you can contact me via private message. So that's the end of the video. I wish you all a nice day. Bye.